Hi everyone, I'm Real Klein. You're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 3, episode 11, Mystery Spot. If you're new here, I'm doing like a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. This is such a great episode. Love this episode. Love this episode. And if you didn't, you're insane. I've definitely watched this episode multiple times in my life. I don't even know. Obviously, I don't think maybe like top 5 episodes I ever watched, but like the number's definitely up there. Props to whoever came up with this idea. It was great. It was at the perfect time, perfect time in season, perfect, needed an episode like this. It was just chef's kiss. So like, let's get into why it's really great. It's a Groundhog Day time loop situation, and you see this Asian shows, and like they do it for an episode, like this Supernatural did, and there's movies about it. And so I don't know, like I'm someone who's always a fan of time loops. Like they can be a little bit cliche, but I feel like there's most time loop movies and episodes do a really good job. I myself have written a time loop movie yet to be made, maybe one day, and I think if you use it right, it can be very powerful. And there's obviously a reason that it's needed, and how Supernatural did it was just perfect. So I wonder if the writers' room were like thinking like, we would love to do a time loop episode, but how? And whoever came up with this way of how, just amazing. Like I'm sure you could have come up with other ideas and they would be really great, but this was the perfect time loop situation. It's what was needed. And I don't know, maybe there could have been something that was even better, but I just feel like it was so perfect. It was so perfect for this season. And so maybe if they didn't do a time loop this season and did one in season 4, season 5, like they could have had a whole different situation, but it was so perfect, so perfect. I know I keep saying the word perfect. So it made sense that Sam would be stuck in the time loop, and the time loop the day would restart every time Dean died. And it's something where it's so insane because this is what's gonna happen in this season. Like he's gonna see his brother die, or maybe he, it's not like, oh, you're necessarily gonna see your brother die, but he's gonna die, and kind of having to live with him dying. But it's kind of interesting, like the day restarts basically after his brother dies, so it's not like him like technically living with it, but it's like him over and over seeing his brother die. And so what's so great in so many ways is that it's all these ways that Dean dies, like some crazy ways. Like he gets hit by a car, he slips in the shower, he eats those tacos, he chokes that dog, I guess. Like 100 or something times Dean dies. And there's all these things that we probably didn't see. Like I'm sure like Sam try to get him away, like let's just drive away, let's not like stay in this town. Like I'm sure there's so many different things, and maybe some ways he died multiple times, but obviously we can't see every single way he died. I think they chose like really like good ideas and smart ideas. And it just also, with these time loop episodes, while they're filming it, it's like something where it's like you're not going to so many different locations because it's like the things are repeating. So it's actually, there's something so smart about time loop episodes or movies or whatever it is. But it's also kind of a little bit difficult because you have to keep like everything a little bit the same. Like you can't, even those guys who are arguing about something not fitting to the door, they have to have it exactly the right every single time, while like Sam and Dean are slightly different. Like walking, it just has to all be perfect and right. And so it's compliments to the writers for like every single point and every single element. And then it's compliments to the editors for editing in a certain way, and like quick cuts, because quick cuts between this and then that, and then Sam and feeling, and just trying to keep it all like so the movie I wrote that's gonna be a time loop, I filmed a short film of it in college. And so it was kind of something where it's like I was trying to do that too, is like with the different time loops, trying to have it be the same but a little bit different. And so when we were filming it was a little bit difficult to try to keep the same and as much as possible, and we like reuse clips. Like we did that, we reuse clips, and I'm sure they did that as well. I don't know. And also editing it, I mean, I had someone else edit it, my producer, but I'm sure there's some elements to the editing of it as well. But it's perfect that it was like Sam in this time loop, because like that's the same thing when we talk about what it is and what should never be. Like why was it Dean? because there's something about it being Dean that if it was Sam, maybe it wouldn't have the same effect. And so I feel the same way with Dean. I mean, obviously, like, the point of this is to have Dean die. So, like it wouldn't make sense if it was Dean stuck in the time loop and he kept seeing his Sam die. Like, it just wouldn't have the same impact because Sam is supposed to see Dean die, you know? So they came out with this idea of time loop, but it's like, what's supernatural about it? And so they were like, we love the trickster, might as well bring the trickster back. Like, it makes sense. And they had it where it was the same tricksters before. They could have had it be a new trickster, but they really liked the old trickster. So they had it be that trickster. But then it seemed like they're getting everything fine, whatever, they made it to Wednesday. But the trickster got another trick up his sleeve. So he had it where Dean died and Sam didn't wake up, and you kind of see like Sam just is like, I want to wake up, and it's so sad. And then you kind of see like what happens to Sam, of who he becomes. He like is like killing monsters left and right, being all crazy, and he's like going after this trickster he like hasn't changed in 6 months. And then it kind of seems like, I don't like, in the end, like, I don't think he beat the trickster. I don't think he killed the trickster. I think the trickster was like, I'm enough of this show, so let me just take it back to that Wednesday. I also think it's like crazy, like the mental state that this toll that it probably had on Sam, because he had to go through over 100 Tuesdays. Like that mental, I think I couldn't do it. Like that mental toll. It's not even just like seeing his brother die. It's just like the same day over and over again, waking up to that song over and over again. And then he went those 6 months, and like what he went through in that 6 months is crazy. And like, even though like that's kind of all been erased, like it's now Wednesday again, like he still has that memory of like what it's been, what he's gone through. So this episode's such a great episode, like so amazing. Like it was just chef's kiss, as I said. Like no critiques at all. Literally great, literally perfect. So hopefully you guys feel the same way, you know. Comment below your thoughts. And it's also so great to have like a funny, good episode that you can always just like come back to whenever. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.